There's a secret language on a cruise ship. It's not spoken. It's the eye roll, the heavy sigh, the silent fury when a few bad habits turn a dream vacation into a week of irritation. Every cruiser has a story about that one passenger, the one who managed to ruin a perfect day for everyone around them. Today, we're exposing the 15 definitive cruise ship sins, the guaranteed fastest ways to become the most hated person on board. And trust me, you've seen at least 5 of these yourself. So let's dive in. And when we're done, tell me in the comments, what's the worst cruise mistake you've ever witnessed? Number 1, the chair hog. Let's kick things off with the one mistake that gets you judged before you've even had your morning coffee. Picture this. It's 7 a.m. The sun is just coming up, and the pool deck is a ghost town, except for the towels, cheap novels, and lonely flip-flops saving every prime lounge chair. The owners? They're nowhere to be found. They're at breakfast, sleeping in, maybe even exploring the port for the next few hours. This isn't just annoying. On most ships, it's against the rules. When you become a chair hog, you're not just saving a seat. You're broadcasting a message to hundreds of other passengers that your convenience is more important than their vacation. On a busy sea day, that empty chair you claimed is a billboard of selfishness, and people will notice. You'll earn the side eye, the whispered comments, and maybe even a starring role in a photo posted to a cruise-shaming group online. And here's the kicker. While cruise lines have policies against saving chairs, enforcement is often spotty. This means frustrated passengers sometimes take matters into their own hands, either by moving your things or confronting you directly. It's an awkward, tense situation you don't want to be a part of. If a stolen chair earns you side-eye, just wait, because the next move earns you instant fury. Number 2, the buffet line breaker. You've been waiting patiently, inching your way towards that last tray of crispy shrimp. You can almost taste it. Then, out of nowhere, an arm reaches past you, grabs a plate, and starts loading up as if the entire queue is invisible. No eye contact, no "excuse me," just pure, shameless entitlement. Few things trigger as much instant anger on a cruise as this. The buffet line is a delicate social contract, and cutting it is like tearing that contract up in front of everyone. You can feel a ripple of tension go down the line. Shoulders tense, people exchange furious glances. In that moment, you become the buffet cutter. And on a ship where you see the same faces every day, that's a label that sticks. But line cutting is just the beginning. The truly unforgivable sins are tasting food directly from the serving spoon, dropping tongs on the floor and putting them back, or using your bare hands. These moves don't just make people angry, they gross them out. And while many will just glare, someone might eventually call you out, turning your meal into a public spectacle. Annoying in a food line is one thing, but trapping people with that same selfishness makes everyone furious. Number 3, the elevator etiquette offender. Cruise ship elevators aren't just about getting around, they're a daily test of patience and social awareness. Fail that test and you'll instantly annoy dozens of people at once. Let's cover the 3 deadly sins of elevator etiquette. First, the door holder. The elevator finally arrives after a long wait, but one person blocks the entrance, holding the doors open while yelling down the hall for their family to hurry up. For that 1 minute they wait, they're not just delaying the people in the lobby, they're holding every single person waiting on every floor above and below hostage. The collective sigh in that hallway is deafening. Second, the rusher. This is the person who charges in the second the doors open before anyone inside has a chance to get out. It creates a clumsy, awkward traffic jam and is a guaranteed way to earn a dozen silent glares. And finally, the squeezer. The elevator is packed shoulder to shoulder, clearly full, but they still try to force their way in, making an uncomfortable ride miserable for everyone. Remember, it's an elevator, not a clown car. It's bad enough to ruin the ride, but ruin someone's sleep? That's how you make real enemies. Number 4, the hallway slammer. It's 2 a.m. The ship is dark and silent, gently rocking you to sleep. Then suddenly, slam! A cabin door crashes shut, echoing through the corridor like a gunshot. A few seconds later, it happens again. Cruise ship doors are heavy and self-closing, but letting them fly shut creates a sonic boom that travels right through those famously thin cabin walls. This is how you make enemies you've never even met. You might be oblivious after a late night out, but in the next cabin, someone has just been jolted awake. They are now lying in the dark, heart pounding, dreading the next time you leave your room. You're not just making noise, you're destroying the one thing everyone craves on vacation, a peaceful night's rest. And trust me, they will remember. When your neighbors see you in the hallway the next morning, they won't say anything, but they'll know. You're the slammer from Cabin 9214. You're the reason they're exhausted, and on smaller ships, that quiet reputation follows you everywhere. People might forgive lost sleep, but they won't forgive the thought that you could make the whole ship sick. Number 5. The Hygiene Ignorer. You're about to enter the buffet. There's a row of sinks, signs everywhere, and a smiling crew member cheerfully chanting, "Washy, washy." Most people take 20 seconds to wash their hands, but then someone breezes past it all, grabbing a plate without a second thought. No soap, no sanitizer, nothing. On a cruise ship, this is a cardinal sin. With thousands of people in a closed environment, hygiene isn't a personal choice. It's a community responsibility. Veteran cruisers live in fear of a norovirus outbreak, and when you skip the sink, you're telling everyone that their health is less important than your hurry. It gets noticed instantly. People see it, and they judge you for it. They'll subtly avoid the serving tongs you just touched and exchange that knowing glance. And it's not just passengers. The crew sees it too. They might not call you out, but they'll remember the guests who ignore the most important health rule at sea. In a world where a little goodwill goes a long way, you've just lost all of yours before your first bite. Health is one thing, but the next mistake pushes patience past the limit. Number 6. Not supervising children. Cruises are a paradise for families, but for some parents, family vacation means they are on vacation from parenting too. This leads to kids treating the ship's hallways like a personal racetrack at 11 p.m., playing the press every single elevator button game, or wandering into adult-only spaces like the spa or quiet pool. Let's be clear, no one expects kids to be silent angels. But when they're left completely unsupervised, it quickly becomes a problem for everyone. It's not just about the noise, it's a safety issue on a moving vessel with thousands of people. Soon, the eye rolls and muttered complaints from other passengers aren't directed at the children, but at the parents who are nowhere to be found. And here's the most baffling part. Cruise ships have incredible, supervised kids clubs that are often included in the fare. When parents choose to let their children run wild instead of using these amazing resources, they're essentially making the entire ship their unwilling babysitter. The kids might be having a blast, but every other passenger ends up paying the price. Unsupervised kids test patience, but nothing sparks instant resentment like stealing a moment the whole ship has been waiting for. Number 7. The sail away blocker. The music is playing, the ship's horn gives that iconic blast, and the port begins to drift away. It's the official start of your vacation, a magical, shared moment. Except you can't see it, because a human wall has formed at the railing, and they have no intention of moving for the next 45 minutes. Everyone behind them is left staring at the back of their heads, trying to catch a glimpse of the skyline between someone's elbows. The rail at sail away is the most valuable real estate on the ship, and the unspoken rule is simple. Get your photo, enjoy the view, and then step back so others can do the same. When you plant yourself there for the entire departure, you're turning a communal celebration into your own private photo shoot. You're telling hundreds of people that your selfie is more important than their experience. People get resentful fast. It's even worse when people spread out, using their bags to claim extra space, or setting up tripods as if they're filming a documentary. They've stopped being a passenger and have become a performer on their own private stage, completely oblivious to the crowd behind them. And on a ship where you see the same faces over and over, you will be remembered for that selfish scene. It's one thing to block a moment, but block a necessity, and you'll be hated instantly. Number 8. The laundry room hostage taker. It's a sea day, the perfect time to do a quick load of laundry. You head down to the small, humid laundrette only to find every single machine is full. Not just full, but finished. The timers all read 0. The clothes are just sitting there, clean and damp, while their owner is off enjoying a trivia game or a nap. On a ship with thousands of passengers and maybe 8 washing machines, this is a major offense. You're not just forgetting your clothes, you're holding a valuable piece of equipment hostage. This move creates a line of frustrated passengers pacing the hallway, and it quickly earns you a ship-wide reputation as the laundry hog. But here's what makes it so bad. You force other people into an impossible decision. Do they waste an hour of their vacation waiting for you, or do they commit the deeply uncomfortable act of touching a complete stranger's wet laundry? More often than not, someone will reluctantly pull your clothes out and pile them on a table, creating a tense and awkward situation for everyone. You've made your problem their problem. But if hogging a machine is frustrating, it's worse when people ruin something even more valuable: peace and quiet. Number 9. The Serenity Breaker. You've paid for a relaxing vacation, so you escape to the adult-only solarium. It's a peaceful oasis. People are reading, sleeping, or speaking in hushed tones. Then a group barrels in, pulls several lounge chairs together, and starts a full-volume conversation as if they're at a sports bar. One person is taking a FaceTime call, another is telling a loud story, and the quiet is instantly shattered. These quiet zones are a sanctuary, specifically designed as an escape from the noise and energy of the main decks. When you treat it like your personal party lounge, you are fundamentally breaking the social contract of the space. The reaction is immediate. You'll see heads pop up from their books with annoyed looks. People will exchange frustrated glances. Eventually, you'll see them sigh, pack up their things, and leave. Their quiet afternoon completely ruined thanks to you. Even if a crew member quietly asks the group to lower their voices, the damage is done. The spell of tranquility is broken. From that point on, other passengers will see you and remember you as the loud group. They'll peek into the solarium, see you there, and just turn around and walk away, not willing to risk another ruined afternoon. People forgive noise eventually, but a mess left behind earns instant disgust. Number 10. The Trash Lever. You find the perfect quiet spot in a lounge to read your book, but the table next to you is a graveyard of someone else's vacation. A half-empty sticky cocktail glass, a crumpled napkin, and a plate with a half-eaten sandwich. The person who left it is long gone, but their mess remains. Trash cans are everywhere on a cruise ship. Leaving your mess behind sends one clear, entitled message: someone else will clean this up for me. Fellow passengers see this, and it registers as a profound lack of respect, not just for the beautiful ship, but for the hard-working crew. The moment you get up and walk away from your garbage, anyone who sees you has already formed their opinion of you. This goes beyond just being ugly. That leftover food attracts birds, the sticky drink makes the table unusable for the next person, and you've just added another pointless task to a crew member's already long day. And people remember. In the small community of a cruise ship, you don't want your reputation to be the person who leaves their garbage everywhere. It's a hard label to shake. Leaving a mess shows disrespect, but refusing to share shows pure selfishness. Number 11. The Hot Tub Monopolizer. The sun is out, it's a perfect sea day, and all you want is a relaxing 15 minutes in a bubbling hot tub. But when you get there, you find it's been colonized. It's the same large group that was there 3 hours ago, drinks lined up on the edge, music blasting from someone's phone speaker with absolutely no signs of leaving ever. Hot tubs are one of the most limited resources on a ship. When one group camps out for hours, they're not just relaxing, they're preventing dozens of other people from ever getting a chance. This breeds resentment faster than anything. Other passengers will walk by, see your private party, and turn away with a sigh. They came for a shared luxury, but found an exclusive club they weren't invited to. And they will remember your faces as the people who owned the hot tub all day. It gets worse when the area is treated like a personal lounge, with empty cups left behind, loud conversations, or snacks being eaten in the water. While the crew rarely steps in, every other passenger notices. You've successfully turned a relaxing oasis into an awkward, unwelcoming space for everyone else. While the hot tub breeds silent resentment, the disembarkation line ignites open hostility. Number 12. The Disembarkation Pusher. The ship docks at a beautiful port, and the announcement everyone's been waiting for comes. Passengers may now disembark. Instantly, an orderly line in the stairwell can turn into a chaotic mess. You'll see them, the pushers, weaving through the crowd, using their bags as a shield and cutting in front of families as if they're in a race for a gold medal. Here's the reality. Everyone is going to the same place, and pushing doesn't make the line move faster. It just makes it more dangerous and stressful for everyone. It creates bottlenecks on the gangway and is a blatant display that you believe your time is more important than anyone else's. This isn't a subtle annoyance. It's an aggressive act that gets you instant, open hostility. You'll earn angry looks, and don't be surprised if someone directly tells you to get back in line. The real irony is that this behavior is completely counterproductive. When people start creating chaos, the crew has to step in to manage the flow, which slows the entire process down for everyone. Your impatient attempt to save 30 seconds has just cost the whole line, including yourself, an extra 5 minutes. That's how to annoy hundreds of people at once. But next is how you annoy the one person you really shouldn't, your next-door neighbor. Number 13. The Balcony Nuisance. Your balcony is your little slice of heaven at sea, the perfect spot for a quiet morning coffee or a sunset cocktail. But that heaven is instantly ruined when your neighbor decides to use their balcony as a personal stage. Think late-night arguments, loud phone calls that the whole side of the ship can hear, or music from their room bleeding out onto the deck. Here's the secret about balconies. They are not soundproof. In fact, it's the opposite. Sound travels incredibly well over the water, and those thin dividers do almost nothing to stop it. What you think is a private conversation is actually broadcast to your neighbors. And that screech of a dragged deck chair? To your neighbor trying to sleep, it's like nails on a chalkboard right next to their head. When you're loud on your balcony, you are invading the one space your neighbors paid extra for to have peace and quiet. It's a direct violation of their personal sanctuary, and it will get you reported. Noise complaints are taken seriously, and if the issue continues, you can expect a knock on your door from security. It's bad to ruin one person's peace, but ruin the whole ship's good time, and you'll be remembered for all the wrong reasons. Number 14. The Over-Indulger. The unlimited drink package can feel like a golden ticket to fun, and for most people, it is. But there's always one passenger who treats it like a personal challenge. It starts with loud laughing at the pool bar, but by midnight, they're the ones stumbling through the casino, shouting in the hallways at 2 a.m. and getting into pointless arguments with other guests or even the crew. When you drink too much on a cruise, your good time becomes everyone else's problem. You're no longer the life of the party. You're the reason the party is uncomfortable. Other passengers start to actively avoid you. You become that drunk passenger, the walking cautionary tale of the voyage, the person people tell stories about when they get home. And don't think the crew isn't watching. Bartenders are trained to spot someone who's had too much and will cut them off. If the behavior gets out of hand, security will step in. The consequences are severe. Losing your drink privileges for the rest of the cruise, being confined to your cabin, or in the worst cases, being escorted off the ship at the next port. You can literally drink yourself out of your own vacation. But while drinking too much shows a lack of self-control, this final and most unforgivable mistake shows a complete lack of basic human decency. Number 15. The crew disrespecter. They are the hardest working people at sea. Your cabin steward who knows your name, your waiter who remembers you don't like onions, the bartender who starts making your favorite drink the moment you walk up. They work tirelessly to make your vacation perfect. Yet, you'll always see one passenger who treats them not as people, but as obstacles, snapping their fingers for attention, barking an order without a please, or complaining about a small delay as if it's a personal insult. This behavior makes everyone within earshot cringe. Other passengers know these crew members work exhausting hours, far from their families. When you treat them with disrespect, you're revealing your own character to the entire room, and you are instantly labeled that entitled passenger. It's a reputation that will follow you from the dining room to the pool deck for the rest of the trip. And here's the insider secret. The crew talks. Word of a difficult passenger spreads from the bar staff to the cabin stewards in minutes. While they will always remain professional, you can forget about any of that above and beyond service that makes a cruise special. In extreme cases, continued abuse of the staff can get you a final warning from security or a one-way ticket off the ship at the very next port. Disrespecting the crew isn't just rude, it's the one mistake that guarantees everyone will remember you for all the wrong reasons. And there you have it, 15 of the fastest ways to earn a bad reputation on a cruise ship. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes have you seen the most at sea? Drop your stories in the comments. I'm really curious which ones happen the most often. If you found this helpful and want to cruise smarter, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the other expert cruising guides waiting for you on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your vacation, be kind to the crew, and whatever you do, don't become that passenger.